The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 351, Nasdaq off 196, S&P's off 70, gold contract down $3.70, 18.85 an ounce. You got silver up 27 cents, $26.31 an ounce. Light sweet crude off $1.69, $47.34 a barrel. Notes and bonds. The 10-year up 5 ticks, trading 137.28. The 30 up 19 at 172.23 in King Dollar. King Dollar right now up 407 ticks, trading 90.421. The euro is at 122. The yen is at 103.58, and the British pound's at 132 to 1 U.S. dollar. Tom O'Brien, what's going on?
Well, do we have enough to talk about during a shortened holiday trading work week? I think we might this morning.
Slightly. And
slightly.
If we cut to the chase, folks, okay, you know, you get the S&P's down 70. They were down 80. They got to 50. They're down 70. I'll tell you, my takes they're going to be down 90 or 100. And where I'm going with this, folks, is that, you know, the DAX, the FTSE, the bottom line, they're down from 2.5 to 2.7 to basically 2.89. You know, it's a rough deal. It's a rough deal out there.
I was just going to say, we were down 110 points at one point in the S&Ps.
How's that? Right.
To put it, yeah, 35.96. And then the moves are, and we traded 74 points from the low at 6 a.m. to the highs we got just after the market opened. 74 points we traded up during that time, and we're still negative 1.9% in the S&Ps because we've now pulled back about 35 points. So we have another 40 points to go just until we would touch those lows we got at about 6 a.m. this morning.
No doubt. And if we go inside now, the thing that's intriguing here, too, you know, Tesla might as well be flat. I mean, it's really intriguing. You know, Tesla's down $28. Well, big deal, right? I mean, so it's not Tesla that's pushing this market around.
No. And I agree. I said on my show, I say, hey, you know, before you get caught in like the volatility of Tesla, take Friday out of the mix, okay?
Yeah.
And Tesla's at an all-time high today.
I know, man.
That's all you got to know, okay? And Tesla did relatively well on Friday. Nothing was crazy. You take Friday out of the mix, Tesla's sitting at an all-time high today. And it was cool, like you're saying, there was an article out. So it comes into the S&P, the fifth largest stock, 1.69%. That's the market cap it came in at.
Yes.
Even with a 4% swing, and it's cool that they said historically, 4% is kind of the volatility. Now, that'll probably decrease now that it's in the S&P 500, maybe. Who knows? Maybe not. But it's down 4.2% today. But that type of a move, you're only talking about 2 points or so in the S&P, maybe a few points. Even at, you know, they're not even 2% of the whole index, right? So just something to keep in mind when you say, oh, man, what's Tesla going to do? Still the market, man. You know, if you get them all moving at the same time, they all have a huge impact. But one equity in the S&P 500, when it's not even 2% of the whole index,
right.
You know, you move 4%, it's only it's a couple points. So it's the market, man. It is.
So let's go take a look at the British pound. So the news, folks, that, you know, kind of spooked the market for sure. Well, it's hard to tell. I mean, we've been at highs for so long, and there's no volume up here for a week and a half. So it's like, okay, man, it wants to go back.
Before you keep going through the pound, I was just going to say, because it is surprising more people aren't saying, well, now we know the stimulus, maybe that wasn't enough, maybe it would sell the news, because nobody's saying that, but that is a completely viable story. I know that the restrictions in the UK are harsh. There's kind of the fear, and it makes sense, but that you have to incorporate that, you know, the stimulus is here. That's it. We got to move forward for the next few months with what we got. And we're not getting anything else for like 3 or 4 months at least as we fight through this. And then you throw the restrictions on top of it that might go up. And it's like, whoa, what do we do then?
Yeah.
So go ahead, the pound. Go ahead. It's crazy.
So, you know, the bottom line is that, you know, they locked down the UK. Pound goes south in a big way. Now, that being said, the swing low in the pound, folks, is 131.36. We're at 133.04. So if we go over to the dollar, we take a look at the dollar. You're going to see the dollar got a good bounce going today. Bottom line, it can't hold price. You know, the dollar looks to me, we're at 90.417. And it looks like it's a large ABC down to the 83 to 81 area. What is pretty wild is that gold and silver are holding price. When you get destruction like this, you can basically, go right across all sectors. So thus far, that baby is holding. But I expect that there's going to be more selling, because what's going to happen here as we get closer to the close is money managers got to figure out, okay, I'm up a huge amount of money. Do I want to peel a certain amount off, for the end of the year? I mean,
they better figure it out quick.
It's a big choice. I know, man. I mean, it's a big choice,
if anybody's managing your money in 2020 and they say to me, we made 14%, right? Say, awesome. Done.
Right.
What if they miss a few percent to the upside? Say, no problem. You made me 14% in 2020.
Right.
What if they give it all back in a month and you make, 5%? Then that's a problem. So those are scenarios where it's like, and what are the odds that this thing plows higher to 3,800, 3,900 by the end of the year? What are the odds it plows lower to 3,500, 3,400? Right. Those are the types of risk-reward scenarios in your head. It seems like, especially with the action today, you have Europe getting hit with this. And, over in the UK, they were going to lax things for 5 days. They had a plan, man, to really lax things. And it just changed overnight with this new strain. And their health secretary is saying, we might be in the harshest restrictions until the vaccine gets rolled out. If you start seeing Europe and even America come into the same thing where you're going to see harsh restrictions and for a period of 3 to 6 months of lockdown, you're going to see some you're not going to see the S&Ps stay at 37 to 3,800 for the next couple months.
Well, what's intriguing right now? So we'll see whether they basically, all of Europe, folks, has locked out the UK. Now, we haven't locked out the UK yet, and it's pretty intense, man. I mean, it's like, okay, you get all the other countries knocking them out. It's like, I don't understand why we're not locking them out yet. We'll see if that changes in the next few hours. But
I agree, and I think it might, and I think that's why you're seeing this market. I mean, remember how we're going back to March, right? But remember how it was a slow trickle occasionally, where you kind of knew things were going to happen, but sometimes certain countries, certain states, whatever it was, would take an extra day, right? You say, why aren't people, locking down? Why aren't schools shut down? And then they'd be shut down over the weekend as they're spiking or something. So that's the fear right now in the market, that just like you're saying, because this strain, what's going to happen is there's no reason to believe it's not everywhere in the globe, right? But it's slowing.
Yeah, it's not going to just show up in the UK.
That's it. So it's already everywhere. That's going to be the argument, to saying don't shut it down. It's already everywhere. But you got to slow the acceleration, because if the new, more contagious strain, which is what's being reported, makes it out there more quickly, then you're going to have more cases. Then you're going to have a shutdown, as opposed to if you limit it, maybe we're able to keep parts of the economy open until we get the vaccine, because the vaccine is still expected to work for this strain. So that's not the dire part. Thank goodness. Yeah. But, man, it's going to be pretty intense, because we got a long way to go, man, a long way to go until we're at a period where vaccinations are making a real impact. I mean, 6 months probably. Whew.
Pretty intense.
Yeah.
The stimulus bill, folks, so the stimulus bill is going to fly. That's the bottom line. We'll see, basically, some parts that we know that are inside it right now has to do with unemployment is going to get an extra 10 weeks. Well, not just unemployment. So people that are out on unemployment right now, they're going to get paid an additional $300. You do have the PPP. Now, it's going to be interesting with the PPP, though, how they do this, because I read a couple articles. In order to be eligible for the PPP, you would have to take in 25% less revenue than last last year.
And those are forgivable loans. Let's talk. We'll talk about it after. That was $284 billion for that Paycheck Protection Program in there. So we'll talk.
Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Hi folks, this is Tom O'Brien. Do you have broken or unwanted jewelry, diamonds, watches, coins, silverware, and other collectibles that you would like to turn into cash? Tiger Precious Metals and Stones will pay fair market value. We make it easy to turn your precious metals that are sitting around in your house into cash. Call Andy now at 727-329-8245 and he will walk you through our safe and secure process. Andy has been in the business buying and selling precious metals for over 15 years. Call Andy now at 727-329-8245.
TFNN has just launched our Tiger Dollar Holiday Sale. For a limited time, we've doubled all the Tiger Dollar bonuses where you can now get up to a 20, 30, or even a 40% bonus on your Tiger Dollar purchase. Tiger Dollars are good for all TFNN newsletters, webinars, and services and never expire. Whether you're a current subscriber or just thinking of signing up for any TFNN products in the future, this is a great time to get your Tiger Dollars. Happy holidays from all of us at TFNN.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now are down at 395. You get the Nasdaq off 222. S&Ps are off 68. 78. We're getting a little action here on the downside.
I would say so. Just like you're saying, man. I mean, I didn't understand why Europe would be down so sharp with the U.S. getting the bounce when we're a one-world economy, man. And when we saw in the first onset, one country is not by himself in this. It's happening in the U.K., Europe shutting it down, all but expected. That's going to reverberate around the globe, maybe the U.S. included.
Yeah, and notwithstanding, and I'd love to get some feedback across the country with this, folks. What I've noticed, right, is this. So we've been talking about quite some time that it's hard to comprehend markets at all-time highs, but you see Main Street and you see stores that basically are closing. And over this weekend, I could really see how many more actually closed. You know what I mean? It's been a slow trickle. Then all of a sudden, you're going, in Florida, we have a lot of strip malls, folks, okay? That's Florida. But what does happen is that when you start seeing, all these strip malls are full, just like, the economy is booming, no doubt. And then all of a sudden you see, 3 stores empty, 2 stores empty, 2 stores empty. This is the beginning of, like, a commercial disaster.
Yeah.
In the commercial real estate market, so.
I was just going to add, it's what the chairman of the Federal Reserve talked about essentially. It's so much more dangerous right now to allow that spigot to go dry and these businesses to shut down. The risk to that is probably not being properly valued in terms of coming out of this on the other side versus the risk of overspending for stimulus. Because the risk, like you're talking about, man, it's devastation.
Oh, and it's like, yeah. So, there's going to be money out here, that's for sure. Is it going to be enough? We'll find out. I think it's really going to have to do with this just come across. Now, this is Amazon's got to really be scrambling. Amazon just shut down a big warehouse in New Jersey right now because there was a spike in asymptomatic. Is that the COVID-19 cases? Asymptomatic.
Asymptomatic cases, sure.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, they better have enough other places. Hey, you know what happened over the weekend? Listen to this. I don't mean, this blew my mind. I didn't know that Best Buy, right? I bought something on Best Buy yesterday, Christmas presents, right? I got it delivered in 4 hours for $5.99.
Pretty cool. Now, do you know if are they using a service that facilitates
I
that?
don't know. I didn't answer the door.
I was waiting to say they might be using Instacart. I know Dick's Sporting Goods teamed up with them I don't know the details, but something like that. And interesting. So I've been on my Instacart. We'll use Kick, right?
Yeah.
So a little bit of a negative, both. Two-sided, as in I ordered some groceries. I think it was Friday and Saturday night, both. Maybe at like 4 o'clock. They say 2-hour delivery, and each one got pushed back by about an hour, man. Showed up at 7:30. I said, that's not cool, man. I ordered food that I might be using for dinner that night.
Yeah.
Bezos would not allow that. You know what I mean? You have people ordering food at 4 o'clock. You say it's going to be delivered by 6, and you don't show up till 7:30.
Yeah.
That's a big one, folks. Just to stress how details are. You know,
especially for food. Yeah.
And that happened twice. Okay, now I understand that's going to be the busiest part of the day, but it happened twice. And one of the items, now I'm going, was a big pack of hot dogs, used some drilling. It was expired to the tune of expired in November. And I don't let that happen. I'm OCD about all my expiration dates,
November?
especially. Yeah, I know.
Oh my God!
So
you're gonna put that in some nitrate in the kitchen sink, so all the mold will come off it.
Publix number one, shame on them. The person picking it up, shame on them. Okay, but Instacart, they refunded it instantly, so they know that's how it has to go.
Okay.
But the other cool part I figured out is I can send stuff anywhere, man. I was thinking about sending some stocking stuffers up to the people in the Northeast. Well, guess what, man? I can order CVS to get a $16 order delivered for like $1 anywhere in Boston that I want.
Oh,
which is
on Instacart?
On Instacart.
Okay,
How
I'm
about
signing up
right?
this afternoon.
I said, oh my goodness, you can deliver 7-Eleven. I said, get them some Reese's peanut butter cup trees. Get them some, and you got $15 order of stocking stuffers delivered for literally $15 or something, folks. So anyway, to bring it, I found it interesting. A little love-hate relationship with Instacart for me this weekend. Battle, yeah. But like you said, it's changing the world, man. I mean, that's you talk about.
Listen, man, they're gonna get business off me this afternoon. That is funny, man.
Yeah, stocking stuffers is perfect. I couldn't believe it. I said, how easy is that, man? Yeah.
Hey, look at, some of our friends, they get the munchies, man. We can send them up a whole bunch of stuff. They won't even know who it came from. It's
really awesome when you start thinking about it, right? Say, man, I just got like 7 pounds of Reese's peanut butter cups delivered at my door. Who just did that, right? Totally.
Let's take a look at Heckler for a couple of the Tigers out there. Now, this is really a strong stock, folks, okay? Heckler's been strong for a long period of time. The low is $1.39. The high is $6.78. You're up 17 cents right now, and it looks to me like, I love it when you're pushing against highs, folks, and the volume expands. That's what you're looking for. We had 19 million shares up in August. You stopped pushing last week with 17 million. That's a good indication that the baby wants to break topside once again. And if that's what you get, you very well could have a really sweet ABC structure on the way up. Let me bring this back on a monthly rather. Yeah, this wants to launch. Yeah, see, this is going to get interesting. Okay, let me do this. So, you next step here is 760. You basically take out 760 and you get 1150, man. That's how this is set up. So, and a lot of them, what has happened is that a lot of the, particularly the silver equities, folks, and ABC structures on the way up inside the metal market. A couple golds are in there, too. The silver's really strong, though. There's no doubt. And that's telling me the dollar's still not going to hold. Metals still want to go higher. We'll see what type of follow-through that we get out here. Because, as I said a little bit earlier, when the market does get smoked like this, it's sometimes dangerous. It hasn't been yet, though. Yeah, as Duffy say, Pan American Silver and First Majestic are strong like bull, big time. So,
I was just going to jump over to the VIX to say how dicey things can get in general because, man, I haven't seen a spike like this in going back to March probably in terms of, the market. Everybody freaked out, folks, just to pay attention. That's how close to the cliff we are in terms of, you're looking at a run from 22 to 32 in the span of, 2 hours. Really, it went from 24, I guess, overnight. But we were ending last Friday at 22. And we almost pushed 32.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody said, hold on a second, man. I ain't selling anybody a right to buy or sell anything unless I'm getting paid handsomely because this thing might be wild. And we're sitting at 28 right now, which is not usually the case, man. We only got basically 3 trading days left. We got a half day already done almost, you could say. We're an hour into the day, but we got Tuesday, Wednesday, half day Thursday.
Yeah, half day Thursday. So,
yeah,
and you know, I would suspect even good bulls that have rode this thing know that, you know, as long as they've been in the market at least 10 years or something, they know that things can, this is how it normally does happen. It's like overnight, and it's like, why did that happen, right? Well,
they're lining up too, man, in terms of, you know, you got no more good stimulus news until at least a new administration in a month, a new Congress. That has to get passed. So if things really get shut down here, as it looks at least possible, you're going to have to wait 2 to 3 months for any more stimulus at a period where you're seeing, you know, the harshest shutdowns possible until the vaccine in the UK.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
Hi, folks. Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down at 370. You get the NASDAQ off 207. S&Ps are off 72. And, you know, what did happen on Friday, folks, is that the Fed came out. They said the banks can buy back their shares. And let me tell you something. If that hadn't happened, you'd see this S&P down a lot more. Because there's no doubt the banks are helping the S&P 500 today in a big way. You got J.P. Morgan up 350. Let's see what Bank of America is. Bank of America... is up 42 cents.
Look at that pullback even on them already.
Yep, Citigroup pullback there too. It's up $1.30. But the bottom line, they're going to be buying back shares hands over fist.
And I think J.P. Morgan already came out and said $30 billion. Maybe the other ones just haven't announced it yet, which is why there hasn't been the concrete jump. But Bank of America, I'm sure that's one of the strongest up there with J.P. Morgan. So yeah, big numbers, man. Hey, how about, speaking of numbers, Nike, big numbers, man, up 5% today. Some of their numbers, just to highlight it for people real quick, because, man, it's just strength everywhere for this company, man, in terms of what the percentages. So how about in China? Nike's revenue grew 24%.
Wow.
Man, I want to be growing a business in a country with how many billion people?
Oh, my God, 24%. That's amazing.
Yeah, and year-over-year growth of just 1% in North America. That's a recipe for future success, man. Now, China is basically back open, right? So that would make sense. Online sales for Nike up 84%. They took in an extra almost $700 million in revenue, man. The market wanted $10.56 billion. They took in $11.24. They're profitable. So just big numbers from Nike, man, on Friday. Reporting Friday after the bell. It's a bold move.
I know.
But they delivered. Yeah.
I know. There's no doubt. It's going to be a wild day. Well, it is a wild day out here. And then, we haven't talked about yet, the real question is going to be, it's like, okay, so you're going from, everyone knows what their taxes are this year. You don't know what the taxes are going to be next year. So it's like, okay, people are going to buy, sell. What are they going to do? People always never want to pay taxes, of course. And so it's always this push, like, can I wait to January 3rd?
Totally, man. Why do I want to pay money and taxes in April if I can pay it a year from April?
Okay, except if if taxes do go up next year, then you know what your tax code is this year. You see, which is which is in the mix here. That's the bottom line.
It's possible, not really likely. I would, and they're all just biases and guesstimates and stuff like that. But if I was a betting man, I would bet probably both of those seats in Georgia go to Republicans. It doesn't happen. It would be quite an outlier. But just like you said, you don't know, man. It's a risk. It's a quantifiable risk, in terms of, but it's a risk for sure versus a certainty, which is what you're getting taxed if you sell it right now.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
And you know what price you're getting if you sell it right now, as opposed to waiting to January 3rd, right, like we see today.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's go to our man Jose in Lakeland. Jose, what's happening, brother?
Good morning, fellas. Hey, I don't know if you can hear me okay. There's a new strain of COVID out this morning, and I'm in a hazmat suit. Can you hear me okay?
Just barely. We think you're looking for oil, though. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, look, did that Marathon Oil do what it's supposed to do? You said it was going to pull back to the breakout area. Is the commodities rolling over here again, or?
I don't think no. I mean, you get Marathon's...
Before you tell me, the guy in the White House, he's going to use martial law to stay in the White House. Aren't we the gold standard for democracy and elections? Because I think our national anthem is going to be okay. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Here, let's look at MRO. So this is Marathon Oil. Now, Jose, are you in this? Or are you looking to get in it?
No, I'm in it with some options.
So you get a pullback. It's rejecting lower price out here today. Let me pull this.
Okay,
back.
I'd like to hear that. Like to hear that, Tom.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still a good setup, man. I mean, this thing still wants to run to this, 880, 848? That's what it looks like.
Oh, okay, that's what I wanted to hear. Okay, I'll hang on. I got the Aprils. So
that's sweet. Oh, that's really good, man. Because you could have an ABC up here, man. I mean, your swing point is at 848, but we'll see. It could be an ABC up. If it is, it's a decent one, man. 740 to...
Okay, so 840. Everybody on the blog is holding out for $8. Everyone has the same consensus. Hey, gold is getting a little intriguing. You have a record number of mail-in ballot requests. That does not bode well for Republicans. So you got a $900 billion stimulus today. If Nancy Pelosi is salivating right now with the possibility of doing another $2 trillion or $3 trillion when they take the Senate.
So forget the politics part for a second, right? My take on this, folks, goes like this. What has already happened is that everyone has already got used to government stimulus, okay? You can have the amount of, I don't care who it is. You know, I've seen people that think they're conservative and they can't wait to get the money. So when I bring that into the commodity market, commodities want to go higher and the dollar wants to go lower. You know what I mean? That's the bottom line. It's like, okay, and that's the run I think we're on. I think this commodity run is real. And if it is, guess what? You know, now that doesn't stop. This is what's cool about this. If you're a bull in the stock market too, folks, I think we're in a correction, but if you're a bull in the stock market too, that would mean that stock prices are actually higher too, because they're just inflated numbers. You know, so
yeah, I think you're going to get a stunning rally here. But yeah, you're hard to move. You said the same thing last week. I can't change your mind, Tom.
There's nothing. I flip out myself. I can't even do anything about it. Seriously, man. Hey, have a Merry Christmas, man.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Take care.
You.
And it's the truth. I think about that a lot, folks. Sometimes, you know, you think about like, oh, I do the mental calisthenics, but say it is what it is, and you believe what you believe. So it's all you can do, man.
There you go. That's life, baby.
That's life, exactly. Yeah, and I think that, you know, that MMT, the modern monetary theory, is actually here. I mean, you know, and what that is, folks, is that you can put, well, when you reserve currency, which we are, that theory is that you can keep putting money into the marketplace and, you know, it's never going to be paid back. And, you know, it looks to me right now, I mean, in our lifetime, you know, this stuff's not going to be paid back. And just so you understand, understand how the Fed goes, the Treasuries put out the debt, the Fed buys all the debt, they stick it in their pocket, never comes out again. Treasuries put out the debt again, they stick it in their pocket, never comes out again. The difference, not the difference, but you got to remember, when they put it in the marketplace, that means all that cash is pushing around. So there's more cash after, and the real key is there, how many products are you going after? That's what it comes down to. And we can see with Tesla, the amount of cash that was going after the amount of stock in Tesla, well, you can see what happens. You go to much higher prices.
I was just going to say, how about the article in terms of, let me pull it up, how much they traded, right? It was the biggest trading day ever. I'm trying to find the actual print of what it looked like. So here's one, at least on Tesla. There was $150 billion of Tesla shares traded on Friday, which is a record. When you add the amount of shares versus the dollar value of that equity, $150 billion. But credit to investors, man, in that equity, demand kept up, right?
Demand kept up.
That thing there, exactly. There's sellers and buyers, and it kept up, man.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back. Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. Are you looking to buy or sell gold, silver, platinum, coins, or bullion? We can help. At Tiger Precious Metals and Stones, we specialize in the buying and selling of gold, silver, as well as collectible U.S. and foreign coins. We not only buy your unwanted or broken jewelry, but you can trade that in for gold and silver coins, too. Call Andy now at 727-329-8245 for a quote over the phone and to lock in the current market price. Call us now at 727-329-8245.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com. Educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 321. You get the Nasdaq off 206. S&Ps are off 68. Let's go take a look at these NQs. So these NQs, folks, they just came into the lows from 5 o'clock this morning. And, we'll see where this shakes out in the next 20, 30 minutes. But they're coming in there with some thunder, man.
I didn't see that any market had made it back down there yet. Yeah, that was pretty quick.
Yeah, so that low is 463, 12,463. And we just got to 12,469. So 20 or 30 minutes. If this thing can't get out of here in 20 or 30 minutes, you're going to blow it away. And if we blow it away, I believe we're going to have a monster ABC down. Let me just see this for a second. So from the highs to the lows, what did we do? Yeah, we could have it. Okay, so let's do the numbers on it. Let's see this thing. We almost did a 0.618 retracement. We didn't do it, though. So what happens, folks, is that when you do a 0.618 over, then you don't have an ABC down, the definition of an ABC down. So let's see. If I take... Okay, so let's see what we got here. This is going to be bizarre, man. Okay, what do we got? Let's see. So I got 12,782 minus the 12,463. That's a 319 A to B. And then your C is going to be minus 12,664, right?
644, yeah. So what, like 320-ish? 12,320?
644.
Yeah, and we're taking about 300.
12,325, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
right.
That's big.
It's 107. It's another 1.5% below where we are right now.
Right.
And keeping in mind that we have the S&Ps a full percent off of its low. So, I mean, it's totally in game, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean? If you see the S&P come down and challenge that level, completely reasonable. The NASDAQ continues to trade lower in the same essence, yeah.
Exactly. And we know that what does happen, folks, is that the NASDAQ is always more highly volatile than the S&Ps. I mean, the growth stocks are in there in an incredible way. There's no doubt about it.
Hey, how about back to that Paycheck Protection Program? So we're talking about a little bit. Now I know it's $284 billion, so some of them forgivable. You're saying that if you'd already applied, you can actually again, but... Well,
what I just did read in here, now this is going to be pretty wild watching it. I had brought up the aspect. This was on Friday. They were saying that if your revenue had to be 25% less. But now this one here, not the one I'm looking at right now, it's saying if you can basically prove that you have not made money, so I guess it's really going to have to do with when this actually comes out. Go ahead, because that's cool. I'm reading it as you're bringing it up, yeah. Yeah. One of the big things in here is that the IRS had said that you couldn't basically double dip. And basically do your books as you normally would. But this is in here now that if you had the PPP and it got forgiven, you are not going to get taxed on it. You still can write everything off. Meaning that normally, folks, when you get a loan, and if the loan is written off, that's income. Well, it's not going to be income in this case. It's going to be income, but it means that you can write everything off against that income, which is a big deal. I mean, they're saying it's $100 billion tax savings. Now, what's also in here, well, here, let's just go to the small businesses first, because we got plenty of them out there listening to us. So it's not in this one, folks, and I'm trying to find the one. I just read it. So a paragraph had said that, the paragraph that I read last Friday was that your gross revenue had to be 25% less than last year at this quarter, or the quarter that they're going to talk about. And I suspect it's going to be maybe, I don't know, if this quarter or the last quarter.
Yeah.
Now what they're saying is that as long as you can show that you're not making money and you might have lost some money, then you're eligible once again. Now, something else that's in here, and depending on how long you've been in business, that this is going to, the 3 martini lunch is back. And
yeah, I saw that as well.
Yeah,
Go
and
ahead.
so what's intriguing about this, in one case, the bottom line is that they're saying people, aren't paying attention to what's inside of this. That's a big deal, folks. The 3 martini lunch, the way that works, and I remember when this came out, because this came out in 1988, meaning they stopped it, is that you can, as a business, you can write off fully all dinner and lunch expenses. Now, I suspect what they're doing, I can see how they're doing it. Restaurants are the worst hit, period. There's no doubt about that, So both sides probably said, okay, we'll let it go, because that is the easiest one to basically, take advantage of, too. Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
I hesitate because it's just that's not going to be the determining factor getting people back into restaurants, right? But
it's not. It's not. But it's very hard to prove that it's not a business lunch. That's the other side.
Oh,
of it. Do you know
definitely,
what I mean?
for sure. That will be abused without a doubt.
Yeah, that's the way I was looking for.
Hopefully the restaurants benefit, which is the theory behind it, I'm sure. Yeah.
Well, I think they will too, because what does happen is that when you all you could write off before, I think it's 30%.
I think it was 50.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wild. Let's take a look at here. Let's go back to the NQs, because a couple of targets are telling me they were just it was just challenging that bottom again. Yeah.
When's the next TFNN?
It actually just took it out and then bounced again. Oh, this is going to be a problem in paradise here. Yeah, we did. Okay, so that's 463. Yeah, we went to 461. Okay, this is going to be a good 10 minutes here, man. Okay, we'll see what happens. This is this thing looks to me like it wants to basically blow it apart. So.
I was going to joke, not a big martini person, not a big alcohol person in general, man. Kicks my butt in general. But when's the next TFNN Zoom martini lunch, man, if we can do all of these dining numbers? Now, it's interesting how it's going to shape everything with people working from home, how that all plays out as well, because it's a tough impact. If the world were normal right now and we were traveling, that would just be a monumental impact, right? Immediately,
right. Well,
it would.
This is so funny you bring up that martini lunch, right? So picture this, folks. So this is how... So in 1980, Tommy, a bond, right? The bottom line, folks, is that I'm in business, and I had a very good business, and the people I'm doing business with are all these public companies, right? And they're a lot older than me. I'm 30 at the time, right? And they would take me to lunch, and I drank, but I really didn't drink. Do you know what I mean? I have a beer.
Sure.
And, you'd have to drink I didn't drink martinis, but it was so weird, man. I thought, how can they do this? But everyone did it. I had my offices right on State Street, folks. And you get a picture of something. These restaurants were mobbed, and it was just so strange, man. I mean,
wow. That's called alcoholism. But go ahead.
It was just
getting used to pounding martinis
clients,
at
man.
lunch.
I tell you, I learned how to drink because my biggest clients, man, they wanted to drink, man. It was
don't do that, folks. You pay the price in later years for boozing it up all day at lunch. But I know that's how somehow your body can adapt to almost anything, man. Even flooding it with poison on a daily basis.
And poison is it. That's for sure. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back. The Dow is down 296, NASDAQ off 213, S&P's off 70. We'll come right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar's worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the market, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 296, Nasdaq's off 212, S&Ps are off 70, and the Nasdaq is the weak link here. You know, bottom line is that we just shot down underneath that level again, and it's having a hard time getting out of this level. We're at 12,480 right now, so we'll see as this day goes forward, but it's not going to take much because what you still have inside the NDX is that you get a couple that are saving the NDX big time. Baidu's up 2.9%, Moderna's up 2.7%, you get Splunk up 2%. Yeah. You know, so those three are basically, helping the NDX out in a big way. All you need is a little more pullback there, and as they say, sayonara, baby. So.
Well, let's finish it off with Apple, man. Apple just traded down $3, which is what's hitting it, down more than 2% since where it was. It was above 126.50. You're trading at 123.72. When I pull up, I love checking out the heat map on the Thinkorswim platform, and that's what I pulled up the NASDAQ 100. I said, well, who's doing what here? Apple down 2.2% right away. Google's down 1.6%. Facebook's down almost 3%, right? Tesla's down 5%. Amazon's down 1%, not bad, but you jump around and you can see some of the big numbers. Intel down 3%, Adobe down 2%, NVIDIA down 2.1%, Intel down 4%. Yeah.
Ooh, they get hit from Intel. Everyone's ganging up on Intel, man. Apple's coming out with their own chips. Microsoft's coming out with their own chips. I mean, they got a disaster going on, man.
It's constant headlines, man. I mean, these companies, rightfully so, they don't want to be they don't want to be at the they don't want to be at the whim of some of these companies. I was having a great conversation about Amazon, talking about their delivery vehicles and how smart they were to build out their whole fleet. And you can see, man, I mean, you're seeing it right now. The FedEx, UPS, they're stretched, and Amazon, they got their own deal going on.
Yeah, big time. Stay right there, folks. We got Think or Swim coming up next. Then I'm Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Go get him, folks.